Welcome to Curious Kids Every Day. I'm Josh. How are you doing today? It's so good to hear from you. Hey, do you know what my favorite snack is? I love eating popcorn. Popcorn is amazing. Most people eat their popcorn with butter, but I like to spray avocado oil on top of it and then sprinkle Parmesan cheese on top. So good. Have you ever had popcorn? There aren't that many foods that start so small and then become way bigger, change colors, and look completely unique. Every single piece of popcorn is different looking than any other piece of popcorn that has ever existed or will ever exist. It's kind of like you. There's only one you that will ever exist. That's why you're so cool. Popcorn starts as something called a kernel. That's the small little round thing that you pour into the popcorn maker or place in your microwave. Do you want to know what makes those kernels pop? Popcorn might seem like just a simple snack, but each tiny kernel is actually a little science experiment waiting to happen. Inside every popcorn kernel is a small bit of water tucked into a soft center and surrounded by a hard outer shell called the pericarp. That outer shell is super important. It's what keeps everything trapped inside until the big moment. Have you ever seen what happens when you heat up water? Yeah, it starts to bubble and then disappear, doesn't it? When you heat up water, it turns into steam. So if there's a little bit of water inside of a popcorn kernel, what do you think happens when that kernel gets really hot? Right, as it gets hotter, the water inside turns to steam. It wants to evaporate. But here's the cool part. Because the shell is so strong, the steam has nowhere to go. So it stays trapped, and the pressure inside of the kernel keeps building and building. And then at around 356 degrees Fahrenheit, the pressure is so strong that the kernel can't take it anymore and it explodes. But instead of shattering into pieces, something amazing happens. The soft part inside the kernel instantly puffs up from the steam and spills out, turning into a fluffy white popcorn that we all know and love. And get this, popcorn is the only kind of corn that can do this. Other type of corn just don't have the right kind of shell or starchy center to pop. So the next time you hear that pop, pop, pop sound coming from the microwave or an air popper or the stove, remember, every little kernel is having a steam-powered explosion that turns it into a tasty treat. Did you know that people have been eating popcorn for thousands of years? It's true. Archaeologists found popcorn that's over 5,000 years old in caves in Mexico. Let's play true or false. True or false? Popcorn pops because there's water inside each kernel. That's true. True or false? The hard outer shell of a popcorn kernel is called the pericarp. That's also true. True or false? All kinds of corn can be popped. That's false. Only popcorn can be popped. I have a question for you. Do you have a favorite snack? What is it? Ooh, that sounds delicious. Hey, I've got an idea. Let's play Name That Snack. Can you guess these delicious snacks just from the clues? Here's a hint. They're all going to start with the letter P. What sound does the letter P make? P, P. That's right. Here's the first one. It's salty, sometimes shaped like a knot, and you can get them hard or soft. That's right. It's a pretzel. Here's the next one. It's small, comes in a shell, and goes really well with jelly when it's in its butter form. It's small, comes in a shell, and goes really well with jelly when it's in its butter form. Something butter and jelly. Peanuts, that's right. Here's the last one. It explodes when it gets hot, and it's my favorite snack. Yep, it's popcorn. I made that one kind of easy. All right, let's have a quick quiz. What's inside popcorn that makes it pop? That's right, it's the water. How hot does popcorn need to get before it pops? 100 degrees Fahrenheit, 250 degrees Fahrenheit, or 356 degrees Fahrenheit? Yep, 356 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, here's the last one. In what country did archaeologists find popcorn from over 5,000 years ago? Ireland, Mexico, or America? Yep, they found it in Mexico. Okay, I'm going to go have a snack, but I'll be back tomorrow and we'll ask another curious question then. So until tomorrow, keep asking questions and stay curious, kids. And for all the grown-ups listening, please visit CuriousEveryday.com to get a free printable with activity ideas that don't involve screens. Those are the best kinds of adventures to have. That's CuriousKidsEveryday.com.